In today's episode, we are talking about a very critical topic, which is personal branding. And there's a saying that goes, people buy you and they do not buy your business. And many entrepreneurs may not know or may not realize this or the connection between your personal branding and your business. Welcome, Anton.
Thank you.
And please unpack this topic for us. Why is it critical, or what is the link between your personal branding and your business, or the impact thereof?
I think when we talk personal branding, we basically mean how you carry yourself, how people perceive you, how you present yourself to the world. What are you all about as an individual? And I think that, like you said, it's very seldom that entrepreneurs make the connection between their success in business and their personal branding, their personalities, how they behave, how they act towards people, what type of personalities they have. And the reason why it's so compelling is because although it's a cliche, and we've heard it a million times before, the truth is that people do business with other people that they like and they trust.
Yeah.
It's as fundamental as time itself. You know, since the beginnings of entrepreneurship and business and exchanging of goods and services, you generally gravitate towards doing business with someone that you like. If you think about your own experiences, the types of restaurants you'll support, the types of shops you'll go into, usually it's because you like the people working there or they acknowledge you as an individual. Their personal branding is effective, and it's something that you resonate towards.
And as
Sorry.
a business owner, where do you start? I know you're talking about how you present yourself. Does this mean you physically or the online persona? As we know, we have two lives now that we're juggling.
I think
where do they start?
It's probably a bit of both, but I would start with you as the individual. And because I do a lot of coaching with entrepreneurs, this is often the sort of stuff we work on. Examples would be your confidence levels. So are you confident enough to sort of walk into a room and pitch your idea?
Yes.
Or are you a wallflower who mumbles and doesn't look anyone in the eye and can't really get people on board? Or are you the other extreme where you're so confident that
you put people off?
You put people off because you kind of know it all and you talk down other people's ideas. And I think that, this is our personalities. We can't necessarily change them. And be false or be fake or not present who we really are. But what we do need to be conscious of is that these personalities that we project are ultimately going to determine our success in business. And by way of an example, when you have to pitch, we all hear the elevator pitch.
Yes.
When you've got to do an elevator pitch, and you've got the ear of that potential buyer or that potential CEO who you really want to see and want to meet. Are you confident? Do you look them in the eye? Do you mumble? Communication is so crucial to your personal brand, and we often downplay it as entrepreneurs or don't recognize it. And living in a country like South Africa, where there's so many diverse cultures and languages, I think the onus is on every potential entrepreneur to be conscious that they might have an accent. If I go into certain places in the world, people might struggle to understand how I talk because I've got a South African white male accent. I'm conscious of that. So when I'm engaging with an overseas client, I'll talk slower and I'll enunciate and I'll try and make them feel at ease. I think it's very important that we take cognizance of the fact that not everyone will necessarily understand what we're saying easily, and that we respect the person that we're talking to by communicating effectively and being conscious of our communication.
So I know you mentioned using an overseas as an example, but also in the South African context, we have so many cultures within South Africa alone. So where do entrepreneurs start in terms of preparing for this to make sure that their message comes across clearly, and then they get the buy-in of the investor or the CEO or whoever they want to get the buy-in from? Do they go on a course? Do they get a coach? Where do they start?
That's a good question. I think that it starts with being conscious that not everyone's the same.
Yeah.
And it secondly starts with an awareness of your own personal brand, how you come across, and that might involve talking to your friends, family, people you can trust, whose opinion you can actually believe, and say to them, you know, when I present my idea or when I talk about my business, how does it feel?
Yeah.
Does it feel sincere? Or do I feel like I'm boasting? Do I feel like I'm underplaying my success? Get that feedback. Practice. You know, it sounds funny, but look in the mirror and practice your elevator pitch. Talk to yourself. I also think that it's really important that you do your homework when it comes to that opportunity that you have, and that you go in prepared. So, for example, if you're going to present to a group of investors who are from KZN, for argument's sake, and they're made up of maybe diverse cultures from the KZN, and we know that KZN versus the Western Cape,
they're totally different.
Totally different, especially their rugby team. I mean, ours is much better. But that's beside the point. You know, when you're going to go and present to, for example, people from a different province or a different culture,
yes,
have you taken the effort to understand what is appropriate for them, what is acceptable, what they'll respond to and resonate? And you can always find friends who might be from that area or that region. You might have some Sotho friends or some Zulu friends. You can call them up and say, listen, I've got this pitch. Like, what do I do?
I know we focused a lot on when you walk into the room, how you speak and how you appear and how people listen to, how they hear the message. But I feel like it's important that we should touch on the online persona, because I feel like it's as equally important as this persona. Do you want to talk about that a little
Sure.
bit?
So when we're talking about a personal brand, and let's look at an entrepreneurially driven company now. So it's John Smith Plumbers, for argument's sake. You know, if you might have a fantastic company website and you present yourself really well to the world, and then on your Facebook page there's like pictures of you being drunk all the time. On your individual personal page, yes. You know, being drunk and carrying old South Africa flags or something equally outrageous as that.
Yeah.
You know, obviously there's a disconnect then between the persona that your business puts forward and your personal brand. And it's, although again I would say don't be false, don't change your personal brand just because you think that's what people want to perceive.
Yes.
Just be conscious that what you put across in an online space on a personal level will have an impact on how your business is perceived by the world at large. So again, you know, that alignment, if you can find a way to align your personal values and your personal brand with those of your business, and that doesn't have to be serious and what, it could be fun. You know, I'm a fun guy and my business is going to be fun too. And that's what I am, and I'm unashamedly so, take it or leave it. I think that to me is when you're winning, when you can find a way to align what your personal brand and belief system is with your business and your values in a positive way that people can resonate with and people can identify with and go, hey, that guy's or that lady, they're sincere, like I want to give them a shot.